not meant to make a whole lot of sense, but it's an experiment in working with Gertrude Stein's technique of trying to get sense out of nonsense. So it starts with nonsense and see if something happens, okay. If not, it's titled, If Stein is Right. If Stein is right, signs are only signs. Words are signs. These words are signs. If Stein is right. Grammar Guatemala and fatal the act. If Stein is right are signs, and signs are merely signs to write it down if Stein is right. Salvador, Argentina will be signs, no less than words are signs, if Stein is right. Salvador, Chile is a line of signs. And pots and pans will be signs at times. And Nicaragua is surely a sign, if Stein is right. If Stein is right, signs are signs without a doubt. If Stein is right, Holly is a sign, as names are signs. And Panama is yet another sign. If Stein is right, my heart is heavy, is but a sign. If Stein is right, and the paragraph is meaning. I don't know how the 80s struck a lot of people with, me at the time, with intermittent depression and rage and other things. And so this is one of the times where you conceptualize yourself in the form of an alter ego when you write it down. So this is, my alter ego is Timkovich, Adam Timkovich, guy that gets credit for a lot of awful stuff. And, so this is Timkovich in Baltimore. At day's end, truth is a bead of light twinkling in the oil stains. Timkovich sits like the philosopher, propping up a shrunken head, full of endless questions. Whatever happened to plenty? Whatever happened to free time? What lies ahead? It can't go on. The deliberate ignorance, stuffed idealism, ethics in formaldehyde, dried morals under glass, the face of fraud wearing the mask of a benefactor. And yet, it goes on, recurring like a bad dream, the column missing from wealth, the whole missing from the parts, incongruent inner and outer, ideal within, empire without. Instead of peace, a new enemy. For Christ's sake, throw open the shutters, let the stench out, let the daylight in. We know the answers in advance of the questions. In the second section of the book is titled The Cold Run Recognitions, and maybe I should add a word of explanation about the use of the word recognition, because I'm using it both in the sense of, like when you recognize something and you make sense out of it for the first time, you recognize the meaning of something, and then also in the sense of giving recognition to someone who it's due, in that sense of celebrating. Valuing something. And so the first poem in this section introduces my attitude and approach to this place, which is a kind of fictional construction, Cold Run. You know, there's lots of cold runs in West Virginia and Appalachia. And so in that sense, it's sort of my purpose, which is to create a place where you can talk about things without offending anyone. And this first poem, it talks about my attitude toward it, which is one of the mysteries. I'm not really understanding everything about the place you grew up. You don't have access to really the mind or the life, say, of your parents or your grandparents. I mean, they're probably very opaque about their experiences. So I'm talking about that. And I find early memory mysterious in many ways. Now, the title of the poem, it's not a misspelling. That's an actual word, mystery, which I dreamed. It's a dream word. The approach is west, south, south, north, on the dark side. Below ever vernal cuts of ridge rock, signs of the leaf-canopied speed zone forewarn of enterprise. 2 turns past dip, and you peer off through bone-white branches of sycamore, across the bottomlands, still cool, awakening mist, and there it is, house of your original face. Older, no older than immortal immigrants, humble beginnings. A puzzle that will always have pieces missing. You cross the bridge to the Mobius strip of main streets, one way in, one way out, and park beside the garage. Older, no older than the last time. Piecing it together still from feeling and effect, the unscribed plot within the word, the always becoming commonplace things, and down the steps to the still felt silence at the door, forgetting, remembering, those living on, those that are gone. And then the next poem is about some of those living on. The women of the 40s. A lot of these poems in the section are about women because they outlast the men. I mean, they live on. Coal miners work themselves to death and die early. Mostly they're widows survive. The women of the 40s. All those women of the 40s, hard-working women of the 40s, the enchanting smoke of their cigarettes rises and rings with the everlasting ebb and flow of human tribes, for one cigarette lights another. In nylons and sunglasses they greet you in photograph memory, with little soldiers and sailors in tiny uniforms, a private collection come down from the war. Out of love and duty, they made me their historian, taught me how to feel the playful flesh, and how to greet the seasons. All this I owe to the women of the 40s. And it's one of the residents of Coal Run, Lucille McDowell, the oldest widow on Coal Run. Look at my legs. Is that ugly? I'm telling you the truth. I got to wear these supplements, but I hate to bend over that far. So I hang them on the chair. I'm a fool. I'll say it myself, but you better not say it. I'm the oldest widow now that Addie died. She had me beat by a couple of years. We call this place Widdersville. There's more than a dozen of us here. I had to laugh the other day. This retired miner called me up and talked about the old mother. I told him it was just his excuse for calling us old widder women. To tell you the truth, I like it by myself. I had a boss for 40 years. I don't want another.